So here we are in the Cleavers. We've got this patch of Cleavers, which is actually quite large. They tend to grow in clusters right low to the ground, where I like to be with them, mixed with grasses and such, generally in semi-shaded places, semi-moist-ish places. That's kind of where Cleavers like to grow. You can tell that they are cleavers for one thing. They're in the bedstraw family, and the bedstraws have this type of growth pattern where you've got whorls of leaves, meaning that they're like, these sections of circles of leaves going up the stalk, and they grow, here there's like 6 of them growing in one section, and then there's a space, and then there's another 6 of them, and then so that's one way that we can tell. There are a number of different bedstraws, but the Cleavers in particular, Galium aparine, some people say Galium aparine, they are a particular type of medicine that we like to work with in herbal medicine, and you can tell that it's Cleavers, specifically Galium aparine, because the stems will cleave. They stick to each other. I have a sample around here. They will, if you pick up one, and then you pick, another one, and then you put them together, you'll find that one sticks to the other, and you put them up against each other, they stick, they cleave. So they have a kind of a Velcro-like feeling on the stalk. If you move your finger up and down it, it feels kind of rough, and there's these tiny little hairs that are sort of stiff on them, and that's what causes them to stick together, kind of like Velcro. And so these plants are tremendous medicine to support the body in a detox process. They are one of our best herbal lymphatic agents. So they really help the lymph system to cleanse anywhere in the body, any of the lymph glands. And then as part of that process, they help the liver and the kidneys to cleanse, and to cleanse through the digestive system. They generally help to clear out stuff that we don't want in the system. They kind of just help to speed the clearing, but they're not like these aggressive detox herbs that are going to start pulling all this toxicity into your bloodstream, and now you have, healing reactions and things that, end up getting kind of sicker than you were because you're trying to detox too quickly. The Cleavers they're effective, but they are a gentle detox herb. They're going to work over time, but consistently, regularly, to support that clearance. And then making sure that you're clearing through your lymph system is a really great important piece in the detox process, right? You want to make sure that your lymph glands are clearing out wastes, and then you don't have a buildup in your system, and you have a much better chance at success in your detox. So I work with Cleavers quite a bit in my healing practice. I'll put them into different people's medicine blend when they're going through a detox, where they might also be like restricting certain foods that they eat, or doing certain fasts, and maybe doing a heavy metal cleanse or parasite cleanse or whatever. Cleavers can be a really nice addition. I also include them regularly actually in cancer protocols, and Cleavers are a traditional herbal medicine used in cancer because they support the detox process so well, and because they actually have been shown to prevent irregular cell growth and to clear out irregular cell growth. So again, just detox. So I work with them pretty regularly in all kinds of situations where detox is needed. And other than like maybe in pregnancy where you don't want to be detoxing too much, I'm not too concerned about using Cleavers as for anybody. I can't really think of contraindications with it. And to work with this herb, you can make tea with these, steep for about 10 minutes, a good handful of the fresh herb, or like a heaping teaspoon of chopped up dried herb. You could, what some people do is they pick it fresh, because it actually doesn't keep that well when it's dried for that long, because it's kind of little and flimsy. So you could, people will take it fresh and juice it and drink the juice, drink like a little shot of the juice, and then also freeze it in ice cube trays, and then like take one of those every day, or put it in a smoothie or something. You know, you could do it over the course of like anywhere from sort of 1 to 3 months, I would say, for a good detox protocol, and potentially longer if that's what's needed. The other thing I do with it is I make tincture with it. So I preserve it in alcohol, about 40%, and I harvest them fresh for that. And then that's often what I would give to people as part of a detox protocol. I've seen really great results with cleavers added in. And in addition to being a detox support and a lymphatic support specifically, they tend to have a bit of an affinity for the nervous system. So sometimes when people are dealing with some nerve issues affected maybe by like some toxicity or an injury or something, I might consider also bringing some cleavers into what they're going to be taking. So I'm really grateful that the cleavers started showing up here on the land. They weren't always here where I'm living when I first arrived. They weren't, and it took a while, but eventually they showed up in the wild. I didn't have to plant them, and now I have a good source of them. I would say that if you want to harvest cleavers, you can find them pretty easily in the wild in I know that, you know, here in southeastern Ontario, you can find them. I have lived on the west coast of Canada and found them. I have seen them growing. I saw them growing all over New Orleans when I was there last winter, all over. So here they come up in the early spring, or like mid-spring. And then it was kind of, it was like March then, late winter for us. But warm enough there that they were growing in the like edges of the, you know, sidewalks and stuff. Cleavers all over New Orleans. I don't know, maybe a lot of people need lymphatic support there. Anyway, so I feel like they grow pretty regularly around many parts of North America, and they came originally from Europe, and they are growing there too in different parts of like sort of temperate Europe. So you can find these, I bet, other parts of the world too. If you live in other parts of the world and you want to tell me that they're growing there too, let me know. So you're looking for this pattern, the bedstraw family, these whorls of leaves. You're looking for them sticking to each other, sticky cleavers. So there are other ones that have smooth stems that don't have these little hairs on them. They are in the bedstraw family, but they are not cleavers. They're not going to have quite the same medicine. So you're looking for the ones that cleave. And right now it's like sort of mid-fall here, and we have another crop of them because the weather has been mild. So that sometimes happens. They're a spring herb, but then they go to seed, and then in the fall, if it's warm enough, we'll get another crop of them. So spring or potentially fall, and when you harvest them, you know, they just break off really easily from the stem, and you don't have to pull them out. They have very shallow roots, but I try to keep the roots to let the plants keep growing, and just sort of break them off wherever, and I get this collection of like stuff that's all sort of sticking to each other. And that I harvest, and then I chop it up and I make the medicine with it that I'm going to make. It is like really freely, abundantly available, and if it's growing near you, perhaps you have need for it, so you can get out there and make good use of it. Cleavers. Thank you, Cleavers. I'm Tamara, Hawthorne Herbals. Bless.